Hi there, it is October 27th. My name is Mr. Newman. This is 8th grade English Language Arts at Hanby Middle School, and here is our class recap. So, our goal today, we're going to start with the planner. Our goal is I can use my notes to construct a correctly formatted letter. And today in class, we are going to write our character letter once. Before we do that, though, we have a quick write. So, there is a 6-minute timer that you see here on the slide. Your quick write is going to go on W20 in your English Language Arts notebook. And the question is, do you need to like someone in order to be able to respect them? Do you need to like someone in order to be able to respect them? Okay, so that's the question. So if you would go ahead and in Google Classroom, find the planner slide here. We are on the 27th, character letter number 1. So find the planner slide, start your 6-minute timer, write for 6 minutes on W20, and I will pause the video while you do that. All right, good work. So welcome back. So our goal today, again, to be able to write our character letter number 1. Note that our character letter is due on Thursday, so you're going to have 2 days in class to work on this. And as we look in Google Classroom, you've got some things to pay attention to here. So one of them is you're going to see a document, and you may have to view assignment, but you're going to see a document that says character letter number 1, and it's got your name on it. So that document is where you're going to type, and then when you turn it in, obviously make sure that you turn it in there. So as you write, you're kind of looking at a few things at once. You're looking at your initial planning character letter. You're looking at character letter 1 building support. You're looking at the framework because your letter is going to look like this. It's not going to have all this stuff over here, but you are going to write it in this format. So, for example, you're going to have the date and salutation. Your first paragraph is going to start with a sentence like this. You're going to introduce genre and main characters and setting and plot overview. And you're going to use your 2 documents, your building support document and your initial planning document. So the 2 things that you worked on in class, you essentially laid out the entire content of your letter. And now it's turning it into a format that looks something like this. So for this first letter, and we're going to write more of these, but for this first letter, I want you to really focus on, can I reproduce this format? So for example, in my first paragraph, can I write a paragraph where I introduce the book and I tell you a little bit about the character, plot, and summary, as well as my experience writing? Now, you're going to write on average of about once every 2 weeks for the next several months. Like, you're going to write me a letter on what you're reading. And those books are going to change. So this is a book, hopefully it's one of your first books of the year. It's something that you're familiar with. We're really focused on, like, how do we make sure that this format of writing is comfortable so that when Newman turns around and says, by the way, I'm really concerned about this sentence, that you're able to break that sentence down within the larger letter, but also look at it for the purpose of that sentence so that you understand how that sentence works. So all this stuff over here, like, this format right here, where you have a topic sentence where you introduce kind of what you're trying to prove, you answer the question, and then you introduce a quote, you quote, and then you talk about why the quote is meaningful. This is the exact sentence format that you use in effective argument writing. And an argumentative essay is one of the big things that we focus on in 8th grade. So the fact that you are practicing this now can only be a good thing because it's going to help you be a much stronger writer as we get into other forms of writing. Okay? So you are today using this, and what you'll notice is if we go into Google Classroom and we're going to open up the assignment that says Character Letter 1 Assignment. So when we look in here, what you'll see is, okay, remember, here are the elements of character and the choices, but you've already done that in your planning. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So down at the bottom, there's a scoring criteria. And if you look at the scoring criteria, you can do it as you write or you can do it after you write. But these are the same things that, surprise, surprise, you see in your character letter 1 framework. And so you can see, like, okay, if I have a date and salutation, I've got a signature at the bottom, boom, I just earned 4 points. If I have an effective first paragraph, I get 8 points. This paragraph, that's the most important one. If I do all these things, I get 10 points. When I score it, what I'm going to do is I'll give it back to you, and you're going to see in the you're going to see in this box here, like, how you did. and I'm going to highlight things that you need to change. So, it'll help you, kind of guide you as you go along. But you're using today and tomorrow to write a really effective character letter. I look forward to reading what you wrote when you turn it in on Thursday.